What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike from down here at Dynamics Music. And I'm just going to do a quick kind of review and what I think first impressions of the Nektar, however you say it, Impact LX61. I just picked this controller up, got it off of Amazon, really fast shipping. Looks like it comes with a version of Studio One Artist 2.6, which I have Studio One 3, so really don't need that. But really surprised. I actually thought it would be bigger than what it was. You know, the box in terms of getting the box or what have you. But it's supposed to be like pre-mapped for like different softwares and things of that nature. But I'm gonna open it up here, and we'll see kind of what's all in the box or what have you. Okay, so I skipped the whole, cutting open the box and that whole thing. I know you guys know how to open up a box. I'm pretty sure you do. Pretty confident. You've been around for a little while. You can open up a box by yourself, right? So it's nothing special. Just in terms of opening up the box, that is. But the keyboard looks really nice. It's kind of got. It's hard to see on camera. But it's kind of got this raised edge. These keys kind of sit up above the key bed. Now the key bed actually sits up above the frame. That's what I'm looking for. That's different. I'm the first keyboard I've seen like that. Most of them kind of sit under the frame, kind of like my M Audio over here, kind of sits under the frame, so to speak, kind of fits in there. But looks pretty cool. Keys are synth action, but they feel okay. They don't feel bad. Tester would be when I really kind of put some expression and some playing with it. It's more synth action keys. It doesn't feel like it's not weighted. It's semi-weighted, kind of springy. These black keys are a bit more springier than the white keys are. Yeah, they're a bit springier than the black keys are. So it's not bad. Just my first impression of it. Faders feel real nice. Kind of got a rubberized feel to them. So do the buttons. Feeling real nice. The mod wheel, pitch bend, nice and kind of snappy. Transport controls, all the same. Got these little rotary knobs that can be useful. You can sign in different things. Then you got these drum pads. They're a little stiff. They're not MPC or machine style. I kind of like a little bit of bounce back in my pads. But I would assume these are probably, I wouldn't say that, I couldn't see myself maybe using them for banging out a drum loop, but maybe more so for launching a scene in Ableton. I can see assigning these as my intro, verse, chorus, bridge, vamp, so on. I got 8 different. Most songs have about 8 sections to them for the most part, unless you get into something really crazy. But I could see this using this in Ableton, because I use Ableton quite a bit. I could see myself assigning these to different parts of the song. Yeah, I definitely can see that. So it's pretty cool. Around the back here, pretty simple. I like this. Is pretty cool. Got your USB and your foot switch on and off button. Very minimalist. No MIDI out, which I don't use any outboard MIDI gear, so that's not a killer. It's not a drawback or killjoy or whatever you want to call it. It's a word I'm looking for. I can't think of, but it's not a deal breaker. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not a deal breaker for me because I don't use any outboard MIDI gear. I like the size of it. The weight is really nice. So I'm going to hook it up and I'm going to play around with it and see what it feels like playing. Also, inside of the box comes a USB cable and, like I said, a version Studio One 2.6. They're on Studio One 3 now. So I'm assuming, now this is my assumption, I believe, now somebody could probably watch go on Persona's site and figure out for sure. But I think if you buy Studio One 2, I think it's easy or cheaper. It's either free or really cheap to upgrade to Studio One 3. I'd have to Google that to see. And it also comes with a manual Impact 4961. I guess it's for both of those. That's it. Nice little packaging. That's all it is that came. That's the only other thing that came with the keyboard. All right, so key bed, really nice. Nice feel to it. It's not bad now that I put my fingers on it. One thing that you will need to do when working with this, depending upon what kind, what you're playing on it. If you're doing synth stuff, synth leads and things like that, then it's perfectly fine to leave your velocity curves at what they are, because it's got a sharp velocity curve, a real sharp velocity curve. And for those of you who don't know what a velocity curve is, it's basically the sensitivity of the keys to how you play them, how they respond to the force of your touch, so to speak, just kind of layman's terms. So you know, from your dynamics and stuff, from everything from soft touches to, you know, your real forte hard kind of presses and plays, what have you. They it's all in how that. When you're doing piano stuff, the default velocity curve is not good, you know what I'm saying, for piano stuff. And I'm gonna bring it back to where it was. And how you activate your velocity, change your velocity curve, is you press this setup button. It's hard to see probably from the angle that I got, but it's the last button on the row of buttons if you have this keyboard. And you press the setup button, and then you press the C# button right here. All right, and then it changes here like UC4. And I read the manual and it tells about the different velocity curves. And then you use this button, these two, the middle C and the middle C# as plus and minus buttons, to kind of cycle through your different curves. So if you go all the way down to 1, it is basically your hardest curve. So when I'm playing, I come out of setup, like I don't really have to press hard to get a forte, you know, to get a real loud. So it doesn't work good when I'm trying to play when I'm really trying to grace the keys, so to speak. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it's just not as responsive as I need it to be dynamically. So if I'm playing something soft and then I want to do a run, you know, especially if somebody's talking or something, and I want to do everything goes forte, everything goes loud, you know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is change. If you're doing piano, I would suggest changing your velocity curve to a linear mode, which is UC4. So you press the setup button, you press your your C#, then you press your plus till you get to UC4, and you'll see it on the screen when you're actually, you know, when you have this keyboard, how to change it. You can refer back to this video. And so now that I got it on UC4, I can really kind of grace it. And it almost feels like a piano. And it still has, especially on the black keys, it still kind of has a sharp curve, but it's better when you have it at UC4 for piano. I like it at that feel. For synth stuff and all of the other stuff, I think the original default velocity curves will work great. That's a little bit on that. The keys, they feel good. The black notes are a little springy, more springy than I would like, but it's not bad. I've gotten used to it just in a few seconds playing it. So it's really nice, really nice. I'm really looking forward to kind of breaking this open and seeing what it can do in terms of like all of these knobs and these faders and these controls and stuff, and really being able to map it, because I heard that it can integrate really well with all of the different DAWs. So I'm interested to see how it works with MainStage, how it works with Ableton, how it's going to work with Studio One, which I use on a day-to-day basis. So I'm kind of excited about seeing how this is going to fit into my workflow. But it's an awesome board, great price. I would recommend it if you're interested in a low budget kind of board that's portable, because it's really light. This is really light. I mean, I don't think it weighs maybe 2 pounds. I would say at the most, maybe 3 to it's less, probably between 3 and 5 pounds at most. But it feels really good, and it was plug and play. I didn't have to install anything. I just plugged it up, and 5 seconds I was playing. So I think it's really cool. So I just wanted to get that. It's some other little features, like a drawbar feature that you can use with these faders, that you're supposed to be able to use them as drawbars. We'll see. I'm going to play around with that later. I mean, I just got it, so I hadn't really had a chance to really dig into this manual and see what it is, how to make all of that work, and how to get all these knobs mapped and stuff. But I just wanted to give a kind of quick first impression video of this controller. I recommend it. Nektar, however you see it, Impact LX61, really cool board. Check it out. And that's it. Hit your boy up. I'm everywhere. Dynamicsmusic.net, all that good stuff like that. All right, I'm out. Holla at your boy.